So, red-white tokens. We've got a few different payoffs for going super wide in the board. We've got, you see a pair of goblins, which can make us tokens or make everything on our board bigger. We've got heroic reinforcements here, which gives +1/+1, and haste. And we've got lots of other things that can make multiple bodies. One thing I'm looking at that I think I want to try in this deck actually is, what's the planeswalker? What's the devil planeswalker, chat, from the D&D set? Is there a build of this on my website? Did Past Jeff already think about this for me? All right, I'm gonna cheat and go look at what Past Jeff did. You're right. I was saying I thought I remember putting Zariel in this deck. Oh, the build on the site doesn't have Dragon's Rage Chandler in it. I think I like Darcy. Yeah, I need to go through and update decks on the website. The build on the site doesn't have Seasoned Pyromancer in it either. I cut the Chandras to the sideboard. I think that's what I want to do. The Awakened Inferno was too much mana, and I want to put the TODs in the board. Let's do this. How many lands is this? I still have other filters on. Yeah, I was adding a card there, Gundy. All right, let's smash some people with some tokens here, hopefully. I have not. Croaking counterpart or whatever really isn't a playable card. Outside of maybe that bug. One, two, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it sounds fine. We'll get Usher on 1 and to activate Usher on 2 probably. 3-mana Chandra might be good. I think she's not particularly great. I think she actually got significantly worse with the format moving away from Jeskai a little bit too. She's like fine against control. Maybe could be an okay sideboard card, but I definitely don't want to main deck her in the current more creature-based environment. He says before queuing into a control deck. That's fine. I think this deck has a pretty okay control matchup. Especially if we can flip this Legion's Landing over. I'm gonna go ahead and pass here, and we'll make 2 tokens with Goblin at end of turn. Against the control deck, we ideally want to, against the control deck, we ideally want to Seasoned Pyromancer to draw 2 cards. We just want to get our hand empty. So we'll go ahead and befriend some goblins, and then we'll cast this next turn. So pretty good chance that Legion's Landing gets to flip over here. Crunch. So we're gonna get to Torrential Gearhulk, Flashback Magma Opus next turn, and then we're probably dead. Maybe we can go wide and sneak it out with Shefet Dunes. Maybe. Awakened Inferno? Huh. Well, that's much better for us than what I was actually expecting, so deal.
Don't know what's next for me.
Man, does Awakened Inferno imply that they have more Does that imply that they have more than 4 6-drops? Because, like, there's no way you don't play... Like, if you want more 6-drops, you max out on Gear Hulks first, right? Let's try and give them a history lesson, and then we raise the alarm at their end of turn. The plethora of utility lands in this deck is one of the things that gives it a pretty okay control matchup. Obviously, sometimes you can still just get got, but... Yeah, this deck definitely gives you the ghosts of some standards pass with the history heroic reinforcements curve. This is not great for us, but still marginally better for us than Gear Hulk would be. So, heroic reinforcements could be lethal. This stream is pre-recorded in front of a live audience. Thanks for hanging out today. My friend. We are all Russian bots. Think we cut Darcy here? Just like a thing that gets swept away that doesn't go wide in our own or generate value, just board in the Chandras. Yeah, this deck was competitive against Jeskai when they had Memory Lapse still, so... Like, sometimes they're still just gonna get you, because Jeskai control is good and it'll just get you sometimes, but... I definitely think if you want to have a reasonable Jeskai matchup with an aggressive deck, I think this is a good choice. How many guns do I own? I own 0 weapons because I have a brain in my head. It's been a while since we pissed off the gun nuts. We can talk about this on stream. Chat, if you think your home is safer with a weapon, the odds of someone breaking into your home and you successfully defending yourself with your firearm are far lower than someone in your family accidentally injuring themselves with the firearm in your home. At which point, someone always pipes up and says, "But Jeff, I'm a responsible gun owner. My gun's locked in my safe and the ammo's in a different place." To which I would like to respond, well then how the fuck are you going to defend yourself from an intruder if that's its purpose, if the gun's in the safe and the ammo's in a different spot? So like, either you're a responsible gun owner and nobody's going to get hurt with your weapon, or you are not able to defend yourself. Like, you can't have both. Pick one. I think if your idea of fun and sport is going out and murdering animals, like, more power to you, I guess. But at least you don't have, like, you know, power fantasies about murdering someone that's coming into your home. Also, and this is I'm gonna give you a second hot take when it comes to defending yourself and your home and the safety of your family. If someone breaks into my house chat and wants to steal my TV or my computer, guess what? I don't think it's worth murdering someone with a firearm to stop them from taking my stuff. Because my stuff is replaceable and someone else's life is not replaceable. If someone physically attacked me or my family, I would defend us with whatever we had on hand. But if someone just wanted to take stuff, that's what I pay for insurance for. Owning a gun makes a home invasion less likely. Stop it. I actually take less problem with people who hunt and do it for a practical purpose. I think if you hunt and like you use it for meat and stuff and you're not just doing it for sport, it's like replacing meat you were gonna be buying anyways and whatever, and you're safe and stuff with it, like that seems fine for a practical purpose. I actually really don't have a problem with that. Burglars can feel the presence of guns. Thanks for the 19 months, T-Beard. Yes, especially if you have children at home, it's far more likely that your child injures themselves with your weapon than you defend them with it. Even if you're responsible and do everything right, there's still a chance of that. Is this an American conversation that I'm too Canadian to understand? Almost certainly. It's kind of unfortunate that we don't have any, we haven't drawn any utility lands outside of Shefet Dunes yet. Let's get the Archduke resolves here. Yeah, actually, I'm basically, like, Masculine Teeth's comment there in chat represents my opinion on guns. If you're pro-gun, just admit that you like your gun and you use it for fun, and I will respect you way more than whatever fantasies you have about defending your family or power trips or stuff like that. If you're just like, I like shooting my gun and it's fun and I'm safe and responsible with the way that I shoot it and I go to the range, like, that's fine. I believe you. I will argue with you till I block you that your family's not safer because you own a gun, though, because they're not safer. They're not. Like, if you enjoy shooting sports and you enjoy shooting a gun and you're responsible and you keep it stored correctly and whatever, more power to you. They're just pointedly, your family is not safer because you own a firearm, though. They're less safe, in fact. We're probably dead here. They're at 10. They have a lot of cards. They have a better board than us. Definitely dead to that one. Not anti-gun, just anti-stupid. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Not anti-gun, anti-stupid, anti-bad faith arguments for things, etc. Yeah, I've shot firearms before. Nothing semi-automatic, but I've shot like shotguns and stuff like that at shooting ranges. And I did scouting growing up. I've talked about that. My kids are in Cub Scouts. They've shot BB guns before. Like, I'm from Scotland, where we banned all guns after our first shooting. Now, Sutters, I have to ask you an important question. Before you banned all guns in Scotland, did your government consider thoughts and prayers? Because I feel like if you didn't give thoughts and prayers a try first, you were kind of jumping in too soon. Thanks for the follow, Armor-Clad Faith. I'm not sure that they did. Well, you clearly didn't do your due diligence and consider all your options then. So I think we're playing this as red, because ideally this Legion's Landing is flipping to white. Good. Thanks for the follow, Zeus. For people that are new to the channel, we play Magic the Gathering, other games here full-time. We played some Pokemon Unite at the end of the stream. As you might have hinted or inferred from the conversation we just had, we do talk about politics on occasion. I describe myself as aggressively progressive. I vote D, but I align my personal beliefs with someone like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez more so than Joe Biden on an individual level. I think healthcare should be a human right, and I think that my 6- and 7-year-olds should not have to do active shooter drills at school because we refuse to address guns in the United States. Real extremist opinions like those that I hold. I am not informed enough on the topic of nuclear energy to have a strong opinion on it. We just get her down.
Today's my lucky day.
Are they dead? Hopefully. We can make mana here. Oh gosh, that's a great draw. So I have 7 mana now, so I can go red into History Heroic. It's 5-color Niv, but uptick with the ban of Lapse. No, not really. That deck was relatively popular before Lapse too. Yeah, it's just like 4 relevant abilities on a Planeswalker is busted. Real strong.
Let's start at a sizzle and see if you make it to the Inferno.
Are we just trading Chandras here? This is such a good exchange for us. I like how the Chandras yelled at each other there as they were both dying. That was pretty good.
Hey! Oh, yup. You're going down.
He's concede. Man, it's to like give contrast to like the matches of Standard we just played. Like, getting to play this deck against a control deck, 'cause like that was a control deck, just like we just played a bunch of in Standard. It really hammers home that there are just not good tools for keeping up with the control decks in Standard. Like that was a reasonably competitive game. And just because like our tools are more powerful here in Historic, like that felt very reasonable. Yeah, this is fine. Our crow fear is pretty good. Our bodies are ready for Mayhem Devil. Your body might be, but mine is not. If they don't have Devil on 3, we probably have a decent shot here. It's my take on marijuana. It should be legal and it should be taxed. I think the idea that we simultaneously don't have enough money for social programs while stuffing, you know, it wasn't the war on drugs, chat. It was the war on people that they didn't like that they associated with drugs. The war on drugs was a racist effort. I'd also like to prefix or suffix whatever is the correct term there with I've never smoked marijuana in my life and I don't intend to. I don't really personally have a problem with it. Like, use it responsibly, like alcohol. You know, I'm not gonna yuck your yum, but I don't intend to ever get high, and it definitely should be something that should be leveraged and taxed. I'm just gonna bring in a bunch of removal spells here. That seems pretty good. You see a pair of goblins? I think I want Zariel more. I guess this is better for curve purposes. Maybe. I don't know that we should make all drugs accessible like marijuana has become in states like Illinois and places that have legalized it, but I think all drugs should be decriminalized and they should be treated like a public health issue, not a criminal issue. Yeah, there's some European countries, I believe, that have done that. It's been very successful from my understanding. Decriminalizing all drugs would remove a lot of nonviolent people from the criminal justice system, which is overused in the United States. The United States locks up far too many people per capita compared to other developed countries, and it's awful. Man, chat, this game's a lot easier when my opponent does nothing and I just get to attack them. Somebody write that down. There's a good note in there somewhere. Game much easier when opponent just dies. Not all prisons are for profit in the United States, but too many of them are. How many is too many for-profit prisons, chat? One prison is too many for-profit prisons. Alright, we got a little bit punished. Maybe instead of the heroic reinforcements on 3, I should have played this for 2 extra, and then I could have followed up with the heroic reinforcements. Rawr. Alright, so they're on Languish. You know what? On the draw especially, I'm going to cut these Deccan Stones. I mostly want to be killing Mayhem Devil. Chandra kills Mayhem Devil, which is nice. Trim the Zariel. Let's do that. It's like a removal spell that also generates card advantage when we don't need removal. So it's 2 utility lands. I think the tiebreaker on mulliganing this close hand is there's no removal spell in it. And like Mayhem Devil is so good that like having a removal spell in my opener is very valuable. Peak Magic the Gathering is mulliganing the close 7 and then getting an unkeepable 6. Our 5 is very good here. Immediately punished for bottoming the spell and keeping the 3 lands. It's a decent pickup. Means that if they don't give us a Devil to Helix, we can raise the alarm. That's true. Not having to shuffle every time you mulligan is busted. Very, very good. Yeah, I think the most dystopian sentence I had ever read was California lacks firefighter staff because global pandemic had early release for too many of the prison workforce that typically are the firefighters. It's just like, oh, holy shit, I want to get off this ride. California lacks firefighters because the global pandemic caused early release of prisoners, which is normally their staff for fighting fires. They use prisoners as firefighters to fight wildfires in California. Yes, and then the icing on the cake is that because they have a criminal record, once they leave prison and they've served their sentence, they can't become regular paid firefighters because of their criminal record. That's really the fucked up cherry on the cake. So we can kill the Mayhem Devil here, but they get to sack it to the oven, and they get to sack a food to the goose. They get to kill my 2/2 or 2/1/1s, which is not great. One of the scarier parts here is they are missing land drops, so we know they have 2 spells in their hand right now. Just can never beat a Corvold here. Yeah. I think that's probably all she wrote. Don't have a way to deal with a 5/5 from here. I'll start by attacking. Maybe they block. I assume they don't, then we're dead. So you're saying there's a chance, he says before his opponent makes 2 food off this Corvold and plays second Corvold next turn.
You want to play with fire, huh?
So that's 23 months, Hypnose. Yeah, like they had a bunch of spells in their hand, right? And Corvold just drew them 2 cards. Okay, it's just a binding. We can slog through a binding here. Yeah, but the block on the Corvold after I showed them like Rip Apart, I think was really loose. Oh, maybe they were expecting to be able to sacrifice this to be able to save it. And the deal 4, they were expecting a deal 3 and the deal 4 threw them off. That's fair.
Wars are ended through brutal efficiency, not you. Into the fray.
Into the fray. So they had the second Corvold, they just wanted to kill the Chandra first. Got it.
Spill their blood.
I don't know that we can get wide enough at this point. Yeah, John Oliver's great. They post their main story highlights on YouTube. Yeah, it's John Oliver's a national treasure. We're lucky to have him. We're gonna sack the food. All right, we can be done here. Eldraine's such a messed up set, chat. Even the cards that were supposed to be unplayable commander cards, just massively too strong. It's too strong an actual commander too. I guess that doesn't surprise me. Right, so we get to raise here. Making heroic the following turn. That gonna be enough though? I'm gonna go double lord here. Yeah, I got a jump block. I think we're dead, fam. That was a bad die roll to lose. I should have blocked a 5-power thing. It doesn't matter. I'm checked out. Yeah, they block 2, take 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Definitely win that race on the play. We cut the Zariel. I definitely want to bring in a variety of spot removal here. Bards maybe a little bit better than Unholy Heat. On the draw, I'll probably pull up a little bit more and bring in even more removal. On the play, I think we most want to run them down. Smart on the opponent's party that they're playing more defensively on the draw. Yeah, this is definitely a matchup where playing the Transmogrify Elishnorn package would be beneficial. But you give up your 1-drop creatures at the bottom of your curve to do that, which makes your control matchup significantly worse. Yeah, and in this matchup, they'd have Mistcaller anyways, is a good point. We go to 10. We'll kill the Marrow Regery. Attack for a good chunk. I assume they have another Lord or two next turn. Yep. I almost said we need a heroic reinforcement, so we actually just don't have enough mana for that. Wait, did they just die? Not quite, but almost. They have to block with both their lords here, and they go to 1. Oh, am I dead on the backswing? No, because I have a vampire, right? I guess I'm dead to another lord, which they could easily have. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to leave a couple of these back. Yeah, I think my attacker with everything was probably wrong. What do you think is competition for the History slot, Scholar? Because I think History's like the best 3-drop you can play in this deck, this archetype. Yeah, Merfolk's been really popular, which actually kind of surprises me. I feel like Merfolk's real strength was like it was decent into control decks. And the fact the control decks kind of fell off and now it's picked up in popularity is a little strange to me. I'm going to board in some Zariels to grind a little bit. I think I just want to like be a bunch of removal spells for the most part here. Is that true? I guess Forbidden Friendship is nice for flipping Legion's Landing. It's just hard to attack in with these. I don't know. Could go either way here. I think I definitely want max removal on the draw. Its real strength is its nostalgia. It is a very nostalgic deck, you're not wrong. I don't think any of those cards really belong in this deck, Scholar. Like that's more of like a red-white mid-range. Those are all like more red-white mid-range cards. I think red-white mid-range is actually on my list of things that I want to get back to, but I just don't think those cards are cards that I would consider playing in this deck. Maybe Skyclave could be okay in the board. Putting a random one of in your sideboard to like there aren't really decks that utilize counters in the format, and rather than playing a bad card that just stops Korvald from getting counters, you should just play a removal spell if you want to answer Korvald. And in general, your decks will be better if you play more good cards. Is a maybe hot take. Be less cheeky, put more good cards in your deck. Being on the play is really good shit. That's my conclusion from this set so far. Anything you could really do to improve this matchup on the draw? I think that's just pretty typical of how aggressive matchups play out. I think if you're on the draw and they have a good curve, you're just going to die most of the time. It just kind of comes with the territory. Winning the die roll does improve the matchup for sure. Being on the play is busted. Anointed Procession is a 4-mana card that does not impact the board the turn you play it. It is very bad. Poor mana, do nothing enchantments and Twitch chat, name a more iconic duo. You can't really. No blocks. I haven't seen Lovestruck Beast in a while. The white-green deck's been relatively popular recently. That this opponent is playing. We just chill for now. I gain 6 with this. $14. They have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points of damage there in play. Is that right? This is 7, 12, 16, 17, 18. Counting the pump from this is 2. 6. Oh, and one more from here too. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 14. If I heroic reinforcements, flip the Legion's Landing, play Legion's Landing as a blocker, I'm not dead on board. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have jumped with my lifelink token last turn, right? That was super wrong. I'd be +2 life here if I had jump blocked with a non-lifelink token. It was just autopilot. So, Rowanus can't trample itself. Its other creature. So assuming I block here, they have 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. We did the math. So even if they pump, I end at 1 here. Holy shit, chat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That just ain't right. That just ain't right. Chat, how are my shitty 1-1 supposed to at the end? Come on. Show me some goblins. 1 land short. What a tilter. What a tilter. If we would have found some goblins, we would have killed them this turn. If we had 1 more mana, this would have killed them too. What a tilter. So close and yet so far away. So close and yet so far away. Why isn't this card an instant, right? Two of these that could have spiked us there. All right, on the play. I'm gonna put in some Deccan Stones and cut these Zariels. Part, click submit. This will probably be another game where we like board up on the draw a little bit, but on the play, I want to try and beat them down. Man, it's been a while since I've given someone a history lesson. Chat, heroic reinforcements is a sorcery. The people asking why we didn't just like attack and float mana and stuff. Not if you splash blue for free, dude. Very aggro. Three, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with everything here. All right, chat. You know what? Sometimes they have your number, and you gotta just like tap out on the mat and just be like, nope, it's just not my game. BT Dubs, we're going to be shifting gears to Pokemon Unite in about half an hour, and Christy isn't feeling well, and she's supposed to be playing in our 5-stack. Are there any Masters ranked player? Are there any Masters ranked players in the subs Discord that'd be interested in playing for a couple hours? Oh, you're around, Rad? Perfect. I will add you to the group chat. feel like that match was the universe catching up on variants for the Shamans games yesterday. That's fair. We did use a lot of cumulative variants during the Shaman session yesterday. We're definitely in a deficit for the near future. Why Deccan Stone over Fateful Absence? Clearing out multiple blockers. You really don't care about interacting with Planeswalkers with this deck because you attack them down or you don't want removal against Planeswalker decks.
Avernus, you fiend.
Fight for Avernus. I want to keep the pressure up here.
Your ferocity.
It's like trading Usher for 6 points, I think is worthwhile here. And Usher for 4 points plus trade for their 2/2 seems fine as well. We actually did have a donation to run back Shamans. We're gonna do it tomorrow, I think.
Reinforcements will drive them back.
I don't like to do the same deck on back-to-back days, even when it is a banger. Thought Monitor is a card that's impressed me in this format. This is one that blue-white Affinity. We weren't playing Sai, but blue-white Affinity is one that I want to get back to at some point. It's on my list of things I want to do updates to. Great, we're ready to plow. Is this lethal? It's actually lethal, right? Raise the alarm off the top was banger. Solid top deck. Yeah, Zariel, that was our first time we really got to see Zariel pop off. Felt real good. Usher the Fallen seems kind of mediocre in this matchup. They have a lot of X1s. It seems you can get in front of it. Deccan Stone. I'm gonna grind here a little bit. On the draw, I might want to be a little bit grindier. It could be okay. Need some Darcy. This kills Sai, which is nice too. No Rip Apart. It didn't look like they had any super high priority artifacts to kill. And, what's it called? The Stone Coil Serpent has protection from Rip Apart, which can be awkward at times. I think I want to prioritize bringing in things that can kill the Sai that's a 1/4. Wow, this card is cheating, chat. What a dirty, rotten cheater. My cards are making creatures. Why does Esper Sentinel get to draw off of them? Judge, this is a creature, right? Lie to me and tell me it's a creature. Please, please attack. Please attack. It is, you better believe I'm about to play on curve, chat. They can have all the cards, because we're playing on curve. I think Moth is really good in this format. I wonder if there are a combo deck with Emery. Or they're just looking for value. A little bit of value. They don't have anything in there Emery can pick back up just yet. Okay, so now Emery can tap for mana. It's like we're probably a little too buried at this point. Their board's pretty solidly built up. Maybe we're just supposed to try and go wide around them, huh? Seems like a tough sell with Sai, though. It's not terrible. No, their deck is not an established deck in the format. It's pretty sweet, though. Got a lot of neat things going on. Thought Monitor is a very powerful card that is underutilized in this format for sure. Null Drifter is a hell of a drug. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. Just try and take it on the play here. I did see that enemies can pick up your berries. The fact that you can charge your attack on nothing feels real awkward. It always felt awkward to me, but it seems more awkward or something like that generates berries now. Hey, time for a good old-fashioned history lesson. My body is ready to be spell-pierced. Alright, we'll take a resolution there. Seems like a good exchange for us. Man, we're gonna get Metallic Rebuked here. I can feel it, chat. There's a Metallic Rebuke. Which of these spells do I want to get Metallic Rebuked? think it's Zariel. I think it's Zariel. Not with how slow their hand is, I think there's a chance there's a lot of counterspells in our future. No second counterspell's great for us. I am doing well, Devermon. Thanks for dropping by. I could Legion's Landing, fire up Den of the Bugbear, attack, flip it. I could also just Chandra into Legion's Landing. That's probably better. I think we Chandra shoot the Thought Monitor. That way they don't have decent blocks. Thanks for the follow, Joey.
Oh, that's nasty.
Matches like this really kind of showcase why deeper formats like Historic often end up being better than Standard. Like, this type of, like, brew on brew where both of us are kind of working outside the box is a lot more common in a deeper card pool like Historic. Aether Sphere Harvester. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Takes 1 to crew. I could, like, plus Chandra for mana. I guess I don't need the mana from Chandra because I'm going to flip Legion's Landing. I was saying then do both of these. Let's plus her to start and see what we get. Could be like a Heroic Reinforcements to be perfect. Another History of Benalia. Alright, yeah, in for that. I'm going to decline. They can have a card here. So they'll crew Harvester here. And then it'll eat one of my knights, and then second Chandra will kill the Harvester post-combat. They're going to gain 3, slow it down to 11 here. Well, they will get to kill this next turn with their Thopter, but that's fine. It takes a blocker out of play. I need to get Harvester out of here.
Ugh, don't you hate that burnt hair smell?
Their card advantage is really snowballing at this point. There are chump blockers here too.
I don't need this.
Guess we just chill, huh? Don't really want to attack in when I'm going to have a 4/3s next turn. There's a spicy one. I thought they banned Memory Lapse. Unfortunately, we still have Memory Lapse at home. So this card, if you're not familiar with it, it generates 1 of 10 cards at random. So it could be something very useful here, could be something actually useless. Fog would actually be terrible for us. Hoping to hit like heroic reinforcements off the top here. It's a triple Esper Sentinel. Esper Sentinel is so good against us. Yikes. And they're gonna get to sacrifice the things they're chump blocking with to their side to draw cards here too. We've been out tokens yet. Oh, they didn't. They just missed a card, right? They could have sacrificed their chump blockers to draw a card? Probably doesn't matter. They're pretty far ahead. I don't know about you, chat, but I'm feeling 22. Alright, one heroic reinforcements. It's not a heroic reinforcements, chat. I'm about to pay for this last one. I'm gonna get Metallic Rebuked, and then we're gonna play Pokemon Unite. Oh, he didn't get Metallic Rebuked, chat. It's like Christmas.
So die already.
So die already.
Hellfire on them.
The problem here is Emery gets to recast Thought Monitor next turn. So, like, yeah. They get to make another side token. Yeah, they like fully popped off here. Yeah, our deck's a little bit grindy too, so they were definitely we definitely got bigger fished here. Their deck is much better at grinding than ours. All right, yeah, I think we're gonna call it. You know, some days, chat, you're the pigeon. Other days, you're the statue. And we went 13-3 yesterday, and honestly, I think we probably went the inverse of that today. The decks we played were real mediocre. I don't know that I have any comments on this tokens deck other than I think it was probably only reasonable because it had a decent control matchup, and in a less Jeskai control prevalent format, I think this tokens deck's probably not very good, and I'm probably just going to take it down off the site. I'm gonna post this video set to YouTube because like it had some okay games in it. Like that last set was sweet even though we lost, but I don't think I really have changes or thoughts to improve this. I'd probably just write this off as something not worth playing anymore.